It's amazing what you can do with 3 kazoos, isn't it? Right, enough of that. Okay, we had a proper endorsement there. Well, someone said we had to give a proper anthem to them at least once. But there he is, the lads earned it. There we go. Biggest anticipated match coming here from the CDT Division. This is the battle to decide it. Whoever wins this one has a fighting chance of maybe making it onto the final 16. Now, here's how it works out. If it's a tie, guaranteed both out, because funny enough, whoever gets the tie to get barely high enough, well, congratulations, you're going to create a situation where the 4th team, the CD Division, is completely eliminated and replaced by, well, the Hooligan Division rep. If the Dwarves win, fighting chance they're in. They're going to have to go to the statistics and figure it out. But, and this is the big but here, if the Kislev team pulls this one off, they're in. Guess what? Yep, they're actually in. So this game, Week 5, Round 2, CDT Division, it's all on the plate, on the marbles. Here we go, lads. It's an high kick. Favours Kislev. Derbyshire of Landau is getting back in there. Well, he missed that one, but you know what? There's plenty more to see. As you can see, no dimes spared. The Dwarves have not one but 2 reserves, including their Death Roller, who they've taken off for this one particular game. The weather's perfectly fine. As you can see, Kislev team, they've got 1 reserve because look who they've brought in. It's Albert. And yes, again, he's wearing a belly his golden disguise. Don't be fooled. What he is actually, of all things, he is technically, I'll stress this, technically, he's a human player who are perfectly fine playing the other teams. His advantages, of course, he got to have been Chainsaw, Strength 3, Arm 8, but he has Stand Firm. I know it's a strange skill, but he's got it. Let's have at you. Come on, Helmet. Give us a grin. Clearly, Helmet has been getting his chainsaw teeth from the Goblin team. As we all know, that's the most effective chainsaw in the entire sucking league. And Cuddles has decided, well, he's not playing yet. Great. Just great. Now you can tell who I'm cheering for you. Well, let's see how this actually transpires then. Now, don't get me wrong here. This Dwarf team, absolutely spectacular coming out of the MCC Division, was one of the dominant teams right until the final part, and things started going well. Kind of like that player. Pretty stunned. Well, Charles de Gaulle. Well, yeah, Empire didn't get rise, didn't fall. Helmet, you're stunned. Can't even fall on your chainsaw correctly, apparently. Yeah, so you rolled a 7 on the injury. Go figure. And yes, fun fact there, if you knock them over, yes, they fall on their own chainsaw. Plus 3 to the armor break. And yes, he clearly broke that one. Right, well, that didn't go quite as planned. In fact, it's gone horrible. So what's Kislev got in store for us today? Well, as we said, this coach has shown just remarkable tenacity. Has just dominated his division first round, but second round, well, as they said, here we are. It's a must-win game. The last game he has to win it, and he picks Dwarves. Whoever rigged that sock draw clearly has something to do with the Black Garbo, the White Dwarf, or someone. It's definitely shady in nature. But you know what? This is why everyone loves Landau, because he's just shrugged it off and said, well, to hell with you. He's suave, he's debonair, he gets all the women. It's unsubstantiated, but there's rumours he basically cheats at card games, especially one called Savic. But don't worry, complete rumour, absolute myth. He won that ship fair and square, and unfortunately he lost it fair and square, despite that other scruffy looking nerf herder actually cheating. But back to the game there. Bell rung. And the now light beers are going to show just how stout they really are. Because let's face it, they got into this division and, well, it's a disaster. And like we said, for them, it's a must-win. And even then, it has to go to the statistics and they say, do you actually qualify? The reality is, that's pretty much the spoiler in this one. And there we are. One dice uphill, right into Guddles gives him a big, huge, slapping hug. Right into his skull. Right. Kislev team. It's starting to get deadly serious. Or at least, you know, Yahoo serious? No, wait, that's the bloody Aussie, isn't he? Well, Yahoo! Anyway. Off they go. Here's the power of chain. There's the power of sticking it right up his bum side. And down he goes. Fortunately for the Dwarves, it's only a stone. Oh, Cuddles! I love you so much. Unfortunately, Nuffle, well, quite frankly, he thinks someone can go and stick a cigar right up his bum shaft. Well, for some people, a cigar's really only a cigar. Just ask Miss Clinton. Sounds like a perfectly good waste of a cigar, really, frankly. You know, if that's your fetish, fine. No, smoke the bloody thing. Ask me sister. But, as she says, you know, 10 quid is 10 quid. So who am I to argue? Speaking of who am I to argue, Helmet, we hardly even knew you, and you're out of this game. Piss on you. Oh, there's a good leg sweep. Impressive. Someone's been spending extra time at the Bolshoi Theatre for that one. Good sweep, and he goes suddenly. The Dwarves are like, oh shit, he might score. And there it is. The power, the sheer dynamics of this Kislev team. Finally, it works. You have earned your right to a good proudy dance. Prance it, baby, prance it, dance, dance, dance. Right. Let's get back to the game here. I'm getting another distracted. And yes, now you're starting to see the advantage of buying so much vodka for the team. They're positively and literally soaking in it. As KO? What KO? That's true, as you can see, anything but a 1. Now, admittedly, the Dwarves surprisingly do have the fame. They have called in every favour they've got. They're not going to go quietly into the night. Kicking and screaming and, you know, bawling like a little baby, maybe, but not quietly. Okay, let's face it. This Dwarf team's just out a really rough path of it here. It is an excellent coach. Is Dwarves are shit. Not they're the shit, but it's just you'd think this team would be actually been doing better, but the results just don't lie. This has just been a very vicious division to them. But enough about that. Let's see if finally he can earn himself a good solid win so the Dwarves can take themselves out with pride. Otherwise, well, let's face it, as we heard from the last time, it's beard shaving time, lads. It's beard shaving time. And we're not talking about the one on your head. And once again, good use. Some brilliant coaching. Well, the Dwarves go and get themselves yet another reroll. You still can't handle your balls. Frontline action. There's a solid punch. How about you? Could you use a good fisting? Yes, indeed. There goes another one. How about you? Well, unfortunately, the Kislev team seems to be, well, making some pretty stern stuff. Now, I've heard complaints that, you know, this Kislev team all season has had some serious drinking problems. I fail to see how it's been a problem. They drink, they get drunk, they fall down. What's the problem? But it does happen. Sometimes, you know, the bear, quite frankly, gets you. Of course, quite frankly, from the Kislev, he'd really love the bear to get you. Guddles here, he's been rather disappointing for the late. He's about due to get some, good, heavy casualty action. But, what they say, every season, every game, every twilight, it's definitely been a twilight struggle for this team. Here we go. Kislev, once again, Nuffle blows him a sweet kiss from the clouds, and there's a quick reroll. At least it's rewarded with a stun, and the Kislev team can set themselves into a better position. Alright, let's see what else the lads here can do. Oh, here we go. Trying to leap away. And not today, Sunshine. Not today. Your ballerina tricks, not today. And well, here come the Dwarves once again. Seeing if they can definitely force their way through the Kislev defense. It is a good screen. But Kislev's problem, of course, is when you really examine the team, it really comes down to the armour. So many 7s, so many 8s, and unfortunately he's got quite a few armour, but he has to keep these players. Because let's face it, Lando, he's one of the best fully rounded coaches in the entire NATTS league. Because he's definitely got a degree from the University of Life, he's got a diploma from the School of Hard Knocks, and let's face it, he's gotten 3 gold stars from the kindergarten of getting the living shit kicked out of his team. And once again, another reroll spent just to get his players in position. But it does work. Come on, let's see a payoff here. Of course not. What was I thinking? 1 in 9. And of course he fails the easy dodge. I sigh. That's been pretty much his season. Dwarves turn 6. Yeah, for all this fail though, again, I will point out, it actually is a very effective screen. And he actually has put the bear Cuddles in a quite excellent spot. Right. Well, at this point here, the Dwarves have committed, they're going to go one particular way. We're going left. Meanwhile, on the flank, well, it's nice to see those players are actually withholding. And upholding the defence. Oh, not what he wants. It's push me, push you. It's followed by a push me, push you. You might think, he's trapped. Now it's an easy leap. You really needed to reroll that. You've got 3 rerolls. Might come back to him because what are you saving the reroll for? You've got 3 this drive. You reroll that. Oh well, I'm not the coach. Sigh, 1 in 36, and quickly followed by yet another block. No surprise. And it looks like once again the Kislev team, Nuffle's just serving up a good sucking, isn't it? At least my sister would give a discount for that, eh? Anyway, back to the game. Enough about her. And once again, he's got this very well contained. Flank. Well, finally, they've learned what the boots are for. Not just waiting through all the shite he's been finding on the fields lately. See, that's why the Kislev, unlike, the Slain team they replaced, they have such high boots. Just the sheer amount of shite they have to wade through from Games Workshop is impressive at this late. Sigh. And there goes Truman doing his finest best to try and make this a fair and balanced game. Sigh. Yes, I know, it's a fail on a word too. Unfortunately, I've seen witch elves have better agility. That's saying something. Of course, I'd like to see how much agility they got with all those sucking nigglers now. And you can see that broadcast on Games of the Week, brought dear to the supporter's eye. Well, he's made the block. But I got a quick question for you, Dwarves. Where the hell are you going with this ball? But you do realise you're on turn 7, right? I think you do. And now he's after the side. Well, guess where he's going? Straight up the middle. Yeah, indeed, he's going straight up the middle. He's got no choice. There's a reroll. Well, he's gotten cuddles. But turn 7. Yeah, out of range. Congratulations. The quick Kislev Mastolkia has worked just fine. You've deceived the Dwarves into thinking there was one more sucking turn. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant, comrade. Now let's see if you can contain the collapsing eastern front here. And quite frankly, Kislev to me first, you know what? There's no reason to stay. He can't score. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Sigh. Right, turn 8. Did you actually count this out? No, of course not. Like I said, brilliant deception. Worked absolutely brilliant, comrade. And unfortunately, Cuddles is down for a while. Here comes a bit of punching. Comrade's going to take a bit of a dirt nap now. And now you're going to see he's going to attempt the surf. And of course the block, which the comrade good and nicely survives. Well, we've heard of 5-year plans coming out this team, but never, week 5 plans, but that has clearly worked. What's that? Gulag for you, lad. Gulag for you. How dare you arm a perfectly armless bear? Well, unfortunately, that dwarf will survive the torture, but that might just be a critical ejection this early in the game. Well, let's now look at the final results here. Well, a Dulstor out of reserve. In comes the Death Roller here, but of course there's no bribe to cover it. As for the Kislev team here, well, he's got himself a bit of a poser, as we tend to say on this channel here, and he's down to 10 players. But he is quite happy with the score, 1-0. He just needs to repeat that one more time, and he's got it. And I don't think the Dwarves are going to stand for that nonsense. There we go. It's kick-off time. Once again, the running, waddling for the ball. There's a great roll. Perfect defense. And now there's going to be quite a lot of, you know what? Yeah, comrade, piss off, as his comrade would say. Well, now let's see just exactly how much he decides to stack this one up here. Does he want to keep the loan in front of the Death Roller? It's certainly an interesting considering thought, because that limits where the Death Roller can actually go. And you can see he's gotten at least one MVP. He'd love to get a casualty on it. It's definitely causing some interesting consternation. He wasn't exactly planning on that one. And there's a lot of indecision there. Well, it looks like the Commissar has made his decision. And now it's up to the Dwarves to try and execute the plan. Well, quite frankly, their plan would be, execute the opponent. But, well, you got to actually hit them. And actually break armor. And so far, well, you've had some help on that. Alright, here comes the Death Roller, right up the middle. And just as I've been talking about it, well, there you go. As predicted, there's the casualty. He can now become a real player. Meanwhile, up in the front line, everything seems to be collapsing. As the snow falls around the capital. Well, let's face it, that loner did do what he has to do, which is, well, fall on his sucking sword. There we go, quick flanking blitz. Now he got him. But like I said, This team actually knows what it has to do. It has to do now a quick score. He can't drag this one out. He's got no choice, because if he doesn't win this game, he doesn't have a prayer of actually qualifying. So this creates an interesting problem for the Dwarves. Because they failed because of the clever Kislev decision by Lando Dobroshuk. Deceiving him, thinking there was an extra turn or two still on the counter. Well, now he has to deal with this problem. Score quick. Well, once again, dodging just isn't working. This seems to be the side effect of the sheer amount of Volker rations he has issued his team. Sure, they can recover from a KO, but can they actually, walk? Well, I think we've seen the results of that. That's how many dodges failed. That's going to be now, I believe, his 4th one in a row. Well done. You're setting a new record for fertility. As the battalions. Well, the Dwarves have now actually changed up their strategy here. Instead of ploughing through, and now gone back into their usual set up the cage, go forward. Oi, off cuddles. Well, both are going down on that one. So, of course, he uses Juggernaut because he's a bit of a sissy. Well, he's a dwarf, what do you expect? He's on a lawnmower. And that's failed dodge numbers 5 and 6. Well, Novel, I see where you're going on this one. I'm not liking it. The fans aren't liking it, because of the fame, of course. But, really? Not today, Sunshine, not today. Well, there's a quick KO. Don't worry, he'll be back soon enough. Apparently he's partially sobered up, but no worries. Not think he's going to cure that one fast enough. He's got plenty to hand out. Volker rations are plenty. Oh, here come the Dwarves, and as said, they've got to score this one quick. Now there's another solid hit. Death Row has done its job. Couples is down. Finally, Nuffle seems to reach down and actually want to try and balance this one out a bit. 1 and 36. Yeah, it's followed by a good solid punching. And here come the rest of the Dwarves waddling along. Alright, Kislev, what do you want to do about this one? It's an interesting problem. You'd love to get the ball back, don't get me wrong, but you really do need to win this game. So, do you make it a threat, but otherwise generally allow the Dwarf to score? Well, let's see what he actually comes up with. They don't call him the Gambler for nothing. No, really, they don't. It's right there in his name. He's trademarked it. Apparently he gets paid a nice little gratuity. Brilliant play once again, jump up and he's away. He's going to make life just a wee bit tougher. Well, except for that. Clearly the player is starting to sober up. That explains much. But just enough alcohol in the system. He's fine on the landing. Doesn't matter, it's only his head. It's nothing valuable. It's nothing essential for a Blood Bowl player, is it? Right, Dwarves. They've got to win this one, so he's got no choice. Much as he'd love to stall this one out, no, he can't do it. He's got to score as fast as possible. So what's the sucking idiot do? He's stalling it out. Well, I think the Dwarven coach is going to have a wee talk with his players going, no, 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 not routine. Stop playing routine. It hasn't worked all season, it's not working now, and there we go again. Second, 1 in 9, bite the death roller, and down he goes. I think Cuddles has had quite enough of that. Yeah, really, he's had quite enough of that. He's not getting back up. And suddenly, well, the Kislev actually might decide to make this, a little bit more expensive. Well, he makes the leap, and he goes. Does he get him? George, he got him. And down goes the stunty little thing. And there's another leap away. Finally. Well, they've gotten the liquid courage up. Of course, we've seen how his team, spells water. I've seen the water cooler. Starting water off with the letter S. I find that totally interesting. Smirnoff. That's a funny way to spell water, I tell you. Right, anyway, back to the game. Dwarves are now smashing away here. They're looking at the turns, going 13. We're saying, well, crap, we've actually got to score this damn thing. If they're really serious about actually, winning this sucking game. Alright, where are the rest of you lads going? Well, you're bringing the rest of them in. It's going to take them at least all week to get across. Would it help if we got them pushed? Might have it, it might. Looking down there. Nope, nothing. He hasn't forgotten anybody. And fun fact, everyone tends to forget. What's one advantage the Death Roller's really got? Dirty player. A lot of people forget that skill. The thought is this way, it's getting ejected anyway, you might as well make best use of them. Right. Kislev team. Solid kick right into the beard. Well, he's stunned for a while. And that time he decides, you know what, I am going to reroll that one. And the good lad makes it. You see, this is why they've asked about if the skill, safe landing, can be brought back in the game. Kislev team absolutely would love that skill. A Goblin and Aveling teams also love that skill. And, of course, Wood Elves. And don't get me wrong, there's at least one Dark Elf player that loves it too. Hell, that's pretty dark there. Well, it's certainly costing the Kislev team some precious, precious players on this. But they do admit there's no tomorrow. Really, there's not. They've got to win this thing. Yeah, once again, frenzying away. Come on, lads. What's going to happen now? There's an all-sorted bunch. It literally is a Russian, human wave. It's a rather low-rolling wave, but it's a wave nonetheless. Yeah, someone's actually still standing. Well done. Finally, the Dwarves think that's enough. They've got it. 1-1. There's the tyre. That's cost them dear. Oh, that's it for, Russian over Kislev water. Well, Constable Ed's had enough of this death roll here. Ew, off. Come on, we can continue the cast. Come on. I'm waiting for Constable Ed to get off the screen there. There he goes. Thank you. He's being a bit of a ham today, isn't he? Well, let's face it. Some of these last games that have been cast there, he's been taken aside by the Black Garbo, and he's quite insulted by the fact that everyone's requesting the Black Garbo, official their games. Something about, he kind of ignores a few things here just right, and the fans love it. You decide if that's actually fair or not. Yes, I'm going to see comments about that one, aren't I? Right. 3 turns. From the Dwarfs' viewpoint here, they've got to steal the ball and just stick it right in there. Something their wives have been pointing out to them. They've been having trouble doing every decade. Of course, then again, both of them are bearded. How can they tell the difference? Alright, here comes Kislev. Very aggressive play. And he's just going to patiently wait. As you can see, it's the Agility 4 player. So, boy, is he have an arm on him. Cuddles, critical play. Absolutely has to reroll that. Gets the loner. Advances up to preoccupy at least two of the Dwarves. As we can see here, major commitments. Every section, every flank. It's everything on the line here. Absolutely everything. Front line, bit of a distraction here. Push me, push you. Well, he's down. He takes a good pummeling. But you all know how these Kislev players are. It's the team above player. Every time. There's a solid hit. And meanwhile, casualties here continue. Well, at least they would if they weren't so inebriated. Here come the rest of the Dwarves. It's a solid punching. Here, it's a push me, push you. Not exactly the place you want to be. Alright, here it is. Surprise, sunshine! Does he make it? Yes, he does! And the chap's away! Ah, here comes another one! Once again, Kislev demonstrating just how versatile this team can be, especially in the hands of a grand master of a coach. Deep Blue couldn't have done any better. Well, he's definitely going to re-roll that one. Right into a very, very bad landing. Well, he had to give him credit. He tried. Boy, was he ever tried. He'll be tried later. Set the gulag for failure if this doesn't score. You better help there, comrade. You better help. And as you can see here, the Dwarves suddenly have a real problem. He's got to actually stop this one. So it's everything he's got. But as something to point out, he's doing an awful lot of glory hits. Well, so far it hasn't gone back to Autumn. He still has his reroll. And now here it is. It's the Troll Slayer. It's push me, push you. That's not good enough. And there it is. The slip, the trip on the bottle. 1 in 36. He's down. And there it is. You saw it right here. Miracle Leap. And it's on the goal line. And he's in. He's in. 2-1. And you can see over there, the Dwarf supporters are just slack-jawed. And they're going wild in Kislev tonight. 2-1. Big surprise there. But he's got it. He has assured himself he is in the final 16. So long for the beer drinkers. Well, definitely played there, gentlemen. And we'll see you in the finals there. Nuffle, bless your dice.